welcome to the question video series of Framingham State University Hospitality and Tourism Management Program. Today, I would like to introduce you Shane Daly.
Hi there, my name's Shane. I work for Dunkin Donuts. I work in the operations side of things. So I work for a local franchise that my family owns down in the New Bedford, Fairhaven area, South Coast. We also own a secondary franchise down in Florida that consists of another 25 stores. Um, I've been in that field now for about 6, 7 years. And what I do as operations is I check in on our 15 stores that we have and make sure everything's kind of working, everything's running on a daily basis, everything's going smooth. So that's what I do on a normal day.
Thank you for being here, Shane. I just want to remind the reviewers that Shane is actually one of our first students when we opened the program, Hospitality and Tourism Management. He took the first couple classes the first semester, and he loved the hospitality. Also, he was my student when he was doing his master program, and he's still with the Framingham State University, and he works with our students in our football team. He's the coach. He supports our program very often in different activities. He has been a couple times a guest speaker. But when you are our guest, I noticed that most of the students, even like last week when you were guest, they were asking one unique question. I want to address that question, and I wanted everybody to hear about it. The question is, what is the difference between traditional restaurant and running a Dunkin Donuts operation-wise? What is the difference between those two operations?
Yeah, for sure. It's a great question. Something I get asked on a kind of daily basis too, actually, from people. So, obviously there's a lot of similarities in terms of, we're working in the food industry and, you got to watch for different things, make sure you're in compliance in terms of food safety and all that stuff. None of that stuff changes, making sure you're up to date with uh, your local rules and stuff like that and all that. So none of that stuff changes from depending on what kind of side of the food industry you're on. Keeping up with cost and cost efficiency and stuff like that. That all that stuff still comes into play. Some of the differences though are, at Dunkin' Donuts where I am, and we're more of a, the normal restaurant business is sit down. It's more of you go into it knowing this might be an hour to 2 hour time, span of time. We're more of the opposite. We're in the fast food business, so nobody wants to be there for an hour. So everything's got to be fast, and we're more of the time over quality of the food. So we're always trying to push to go faster, and make sure that with that being said, also make sure the customers have a great experience. So and there's tons of fast food industries out there. We can't go down the street without a couple miles without driving past one. And at Dunkin' Donuts, we're actually a little bit different than them as well. And when I say that is, there's people that come into my store 3, 4 times a day for coffee, but for most people, coffee is something that's a daily part of their life. So I impact every person's day where I work, and I'm a part of someone's life in a way. So where not many people go to Wendy's on a daily basis. So we always got to make sure that our customers are satisfied and knowing that they're probably coming back the next day. So there's tons in stuff. That's a big part of what I do is making sure that the customers appreciate what kind of service they're getting. And I get a lot of times where customers will pull us aside and they really like the crew that works, and they kind of customers that do come on a daily basis or a couple times a day basis. They have a kind of a connection with the crew. They know them by first name. When holidays come around, they'll bring them presents and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cool thing to see. It's kind of it's a little bit more than your standard worker customer relationship, which is awesome.
Yeah. Shane, a couple things you mentioned is really interesting. One of them is you said like your customer comes to see you almost every day. Imagine that we don't even see our family members every day, but we see our customers every day. It's really interesting. The couple thing is it's really interesting to hear that the people wants to come to your store every day, but they don't want to stay there more than it should be, maybe less than 5 minutes. It's really interesting things that we learned today. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.